Okay, make sure it's recording. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna ask, how do you pronounce your name first?
My streamer, my streamer name.
Yeah,
Honestly, it doesn't really matter. But what I had in mind was Imaty.
Imaty. Okay,
Imaty, yeah.
just so I know for
But
the
everyone's like,
intro.
yeah, everyone's over like a Maddie, a Maddie. I'm like, oh my god, don't
Why?
do
See,
that.
I thought it was a
There's
Mitzi at first.
what? You know
Yeah.
what? That's not nearly as bad as someone saying they thought my name was Truelmaty. So they're calling me Truel Maddie. I'm like, what the fuck? What does that even mean?
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just like, don't do that.
Now I got myself confused. What is it again?
And Matty.
Imaty. Imaty.
Yes.
Imaty. Get that stuck in my head. Okay,
Yeah.
so just for the intro, so we got it down.
Yes.
Okay. This is your first podcast?
Yeah. Kind of nervous, but it's whatever.
Oh, it goes pretty smooth. I try to keep it about 20, 30 minutes. Because, anyone that sits there and watches a YouTube video about 15 minutes and you're like, that's about enough for me for one day.
That's
So
fair.
I try to keep them pretty short and sweet. But I mean, a lot of people have reached out to me about it and they like hearing other people's insight on streaming. Because
Yeah.
it's definitely not what a person thinks it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get this going.
All right. I'm ready when you are.
A Maddie. I had to
Got it.
I had to redo it again. I was like, wait, I'm gonna mess this up. Okay.
Nah, you'll do fine.
What's up, YouTube? We're on episode 4. We're here with a Maddie.
That's me.
All right. So how long have you been streaming?
I first started about 3 years ago, but I didn't really get into it at first, and I never had the support that some of the streamers have. So I was on like a long hiatus after streaming just a couple things and really not being motivated to do anything. And then another one of my friends was like, "Hey, you really need to get back into streaming. It's a lot of fun." So I gave it another shot after getting the proper equipment, and now I'm having fun with it like everybody else is.
So was it your friends that inspired you to start streaming then?
Absolutely, because I see them all have like 50 to 100 to 150 viewers at one time, and I'm just like, wow, I want that,
Oh wow.
because yeah, it's crazy. So I figured, I like playing games, I like making people laugh. If I can put the two together and make money from it, that's like my dream career right there.
Yeah,
So
streaming's definitely a lot of fun. And
I'm really working towards it.
the people that you meet are just amazing. Like I've met
Yeah,
so many cool people and I would have never met them if I wouldn't have started streaming.
absolutely.
So,
It's that sense of community that you get from working with other streamers and collaborating and being like, "Oh, I know this person. They do good on Twitch. Why don't you go follow them as well?"
yeah, like I actually go through I'll go to the lowest viewers and I'll just kind of pop in. I mean, I'll be like, "Hey, what's up?" If they don't respond in 10 minutes, I'm obviously going to leave cuz you're too consumed into your game. Um, but yeah. So, where did you come up with your streamer name?
It's just one of those things where you're just sitting there and be like, you want to be original, you want to be creative. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like, well, what's something about me? And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm pretty average at gaming, so why not I just make it I'm more average than you? And then the acronym for that is Imaty. So that's how it came about.
But that's
I
actually
mean,
really cool.
thinking back on it now, I'm not sure it's the best decision, but it's been working so far. So
I've actually changed my username spelling a couple times. So mine, I don't know if you'd watched episode 1, but it was actually an old nickname from high school, and we used to make jokes about spelling it wrong, so it was always EL. But I mean, now that I've went full time streaming, I had to make it a little more proper.
yeah,
Unfortunately, I had to put an E in gaming because just the regular spelling gaming was not available.
yeah.
But I mean, you got to work with what you got.
It sucks. And
Mm-hmm.
I had a ever since I was gaming, I had a name I'd always go by, Red Spark, and so I tried to make that my streamer name, but someone took it, so I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'll just do this then.
Well, and that's the hard part too. Is what should I name? my stream, my brand on top of like what's my community name gonna be? Because like so I have mine's the Dill Squad.
Yep.
And then like obviously the podcast, it's like the Daily Grind, you know. Actually my wife came up with that one.
Oh, okay.
Instead of the Daily Grind, the Dilly Grind.
That's pretty funny.
I was like, wow, that's pure genius.
How
But
come I
yeah,
didn't
like
think of that?
right. And then like trying to find like a professional name on top of it because you know, once you're going to start trying to look for your sponsorships, well now you need to be more professional. So, I
Yeah.
was like, well, I need to pull numbers out of my gamer tag or not my gamer tag, my streamer name. It's like, well, they're not going to want numbers there either, you know, because I just had 94 at the end because you know, that's just what I started with.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's changed a lot.
yeah, I was gonna do numbers on mine as well, but I'm like, no, 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 none of the big time YouTubers or streamers are using numbers at the end, so I'll just keep mine, just the name.
Mhm. So was streaming as easy as you thought it would be?
No. Oh no, it is not.
I love
even
this
now,
question.
even now I'm struggling. It's this thing where like you think it's going to be easy because you're like, oh, everybody wants to watch people play games. But the thing is, not a lot of people really do because not only do they want to watch the game, but like sometimes you get to interact with your audience. And that can be the hardest part because there's no audience to interact with. So you keep trying to come up with ways, oh, how can I be funny? How can I make the gameplay more interesting? And so you typically put challenges on yourself, like, okay, people want to see me struggle with this and laugh at my mistakes and stuff like that. So and when you get to that point where you're like, okay, I actually have this audience now, um, you're like, okay, well, I got to come even, I got to top it off. You know, you got to keep coming up with more interesting and difficult challenges, and that's kind of what I'm scared of, if I'm going to be honest, because it's going to come to a point where like I can't make this interesting anymore. So you really got to hope people are staying there just for you, not to see the gameplay necessarily.
Mhm. Yeah, like that's definitely what I've tried to stray my community with is I want you to be here for me, not my gameplay. I'm bad at like I play Warzone. I am awful at Warzone.
I
My
felt that.
community they're usually there to clip all of the times that I break my legs or when I crash a heli. Every time, like, even my squad sees me in a heli, they're like, no, get out of the heli now. Like, you're gonna crash. I'm like, no, no, I got this. Hey, I got a kill. And all of a sudden the heli blows up. And then you
Yeah,
got, you
that's
know, chat trolling and, you know, but
but
that's
sometimes
like,
that's the best part, you know?
yeah, that's
All these people just
definitely,
clowning around in your chat, you know, because then you look at it, you're like, it makes you laugh, you know?
mm-hmm,
Another difficult aspect of streaming is the equipment itself. Like everything's expensive nowadays. Like this chair I have, it's not even a real gamer chair. My old one broke, and I was really upset, and I can't afford another one right now. I'm using an old monitor on top of a brand new one I bought. My computer's mid range at best. You can see my camera; it's not the best out there either. The microphone's not the best. It's just all the equipment is difficult to obtain because it's expensive if you want the high grade stuff. And when you're a streamer, you want the high grade stuff because you want people to see high quality content.
mm-hmm.
And so it's just one big thing after another.
It
And then
really is.
yeah, and then you got people using soundboards and stream decks and all this other equipment that you like, oh, I have to get this, I have to get this, I have to get this. And people don't realize that sometimes you don't need all that stuff, you just need to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Or funny looking.
Well, see, I actually just switched to PC. I've always been a console gamer my whole entire life, and I switched to PC. I want to say it's about 6 months ago.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm
Wow.
pretty new to the PC game, but I I don't think I'd ever go back to a console.
I do
It's
both. I got a PlayStation 4 and I got this PC, and more often than not, I find myself using a controller with the Steam games that I play
yeah.
because it's
See,
just what I grew up on.
yeah, I use controller. I've tried the mouse and key. It's not my thing. I mean, props to anyone that can do it because that is a lot of learning. And so my mouse, I wonder if I can get it up to the camera. I have this, it's basic. It came with my PC. It doesn't have anything fancy. So when I'm trying to play mouse and key, like everything is on my keyboard.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I splurged. I got one of these mouses. It
Oh,
lights up and
nice.
stuff. And I got an RGB keyboard as well.
Yeah, see, like I forget what I don't know. Apparently, the keyboard that I have is like a big deal. It's like a Huntsman, but not the mini. I don't know.
I feel like I've heard it before.
It doesn't have like the number pad. I don't know. A lot of like PC gamers know about this. I'm not gonna lie. The only reason why I bought it was because it was green and it's my favorite color.
That's fair. That's why I bought this mouse, because it's red. It's my favorite color.
Yeah, so that was like literally the only reason why I bought the keyboard. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's a super nice keyboard. I wish I had one." And I'm like,
It's just green. I like
I
it.
only got it because it was green and it was pretty.
That's fair. My gaming chair is red. My desk is red and black. My the mat is red and black. If it's not red and black, I don't want it. As you can see on my
Yeah,
blankets.
to say I could see your
If it's not
bedding.
red and black, I don't want it.
So, what are different things you've learned over starting your channel slash brand?
People are mean sometimes. Because like you get these viewers, right? But they don't interact. They're just there. And if you know those people, it's fine. But like if you have new people that you've never seen before and you're looking in users in chat and you see all these new people that are watching but not saying anything, it kind of gets you down. Because it's like, why aren't you talking? I'm trying to interact with you. I'd like to ask you questions, ask how everybody's day is, and no one wants to respond. So the thing that I've learned is that some people just don't want to talk. They're just there to have you in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've learned it's definitely harder than I thought to manage a streaming career, because there's all these things you got to think about. Like, okay, I got to design emotes for my Twitch. I have to design this brand I'm going to be using for a while. I have to try and find an editor so I can get my YouTube channel to start going. I gotta do this and this, and there's just a long list of things to do. And as you go along, you feel like you never really check off any of those items. Your list is always growing of stuff you need to do. So I
Yeah.
guess the takeaway is to just take your time, take it easy. It's going to take time for your career to get off the ground. So just relax. You're not going to fail unless you really don't put any effort in. If you put the effort in, something's going to happen. You just got to give it time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've definitely learned that. Like, so first off, I knew nothing about graphic design. And I'm cheap, very cheap. I'd
Yeah.
rather do it my own, like all on my own. So like actually learning different things like that's really cool. Like, it's not something that like if I were to continue to do my 9 to 5, I would have never thought about like, oh yeah, you know what? Let's go learn this new thing today. It's
Yeah.
crazy, like the amount of information that you can take in just from like streaming and all the background noise that comes with it.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. I just asked somebody on Twitter to do my art. I've had one of my friends to sign on unofficially as my editor. Um so I'm getting stuff in the works for sure, but it's just going to take more time,
Mm-hmm.
cuz you got to work your normal job to get money to do all the things that you want to do for your streaming. So,
Well, fingers
that's just how it
crossed
is.
that like you getting that editor like really pushes everything just,
I'm hoping it's going to
insanely high.
skyrocket some stuff for sure. And I've seen his work. He did a phenomenal job, because right now I'm in a Pokemon kind of thing. I've been streaming and playing Pokemon. It's the easiest thing to stream, and a lot of people like to watch Pokemon. Plus, it's my childhood games. That's what I grew up on. And he did a fantastic job with the editing. Like I was laughing at my own video, and that's not something I normally do, because when I look at myself, I'm like, oh, I could have done way better here, da da da. But he took away from that and he put humor in it, and I'm just like, this is incredible. I gotta have this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he definitely came in clutch, and I can't wait to like actually pay him for his effort so I can put that on my YouTube channel and see how well it goes.
Well, see, like I wonder if that's like, when I edit a video myself, and I feel like a lot of other streamers are the same way, but you put all your work into editing this video and you like literally point out every little thing that you messed up on as to where
Yeah.
somebody else made this video for you, and it's like gold.
Yeah, exactly. Because they take moments that you actually do really well and they put all those moments together in one big video, and it's just like mind blown. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So what are your goals for the future?
I think it's the same as any other streamer. I want to make a career out of this. I want to make people laugh and I want to have fun doing it by playing all these games that I will perform average at. Hence the name. So I'm not
Those
going to pat myself on the back and say, "Oh, I'm a great gamer." No, no, by no means am I a great gamer. Even playing all these games for as long as I have, I could do way better.
So, is it easy for you to maintain a good streaming work-life balance? And if so, like, what are some of the things that help you?
At my previous job, it was good because I would work all day. I'd come home, stream for an hour or two, and then go to bed. But now with this new job I have, it's really hard to adjust because I'm working 12-hour shifts. And
Mm.
when I get home, I just want to shower, eat, and go to sleep. So I'm trying to do stuff on the weekend, hence why I've streamed on Friday and Saturday and today as well, because it's my free time, you know? So I guess if you really want to balance, your work, your normal life and this career, that you really gotta pick your battles, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You really gotta choose free time that you're not gonna be sad about missing out.
So, like, on the days that you're not able to stream, do you like just kind of like make TikTok videos? I don't know if you have TikTok.
I don't have TikTok. I think I'm one of the few people who don't.
It's a great app for definitely getting like your channel out there.
Okay.
Um, I live by it. A lot of my following has came through TikTok, and
Really?
is it Hover? It's another
Hoover.
something. It's yeah, I think it's Hover, but it's a Twitch based app. All of your like clips and stuff go right into there. You can edit it.
Oh, you know what? I think I've heard of that before.
Yeah, so I've actually like a lot of people have come into my stream saying that they were from Hover. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like I've never actually,
Yep.
had people come in and here they are.
Yeah, here it is. Hover. Yep.
Yeah,
I guess I'll
that's
have to look into that then as well.
yeah, that's another
'Cause
really good one.
I've gotten a lot of my followers from Twitter, which has been surprisingly helpful. I didn't think it would, but it is. And I met you. I met a bunch of people that I never would have met had I not gotten to Twitter, and I'm real grateful for that.
I just like got Twitter. Twitter's been out for 10 years, 15 years, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's the
Um,
same with me. I only got Twitter because of streaming and stuff.
well, like I always see like streamers talking about Twitter and I'm like, maybe I should just go check it out. And I mean, I don't think I've got any followers, maybe a couple off of Twitter, but I'm still learning the app too.
Yeah,
Um, an app that's, 15 years old. Well, everyone's built this following, they built their knowledge on it where I just started like 4 months ago.
yeah,
Whoops.
that's the same with me.
So what are key points and advice you would like to give all of the new streamers trying to start a brand?
I said it before and I'll say it over and over again. Take your time. You have to take your time. This isn't going to blow up all of a sudden one night. You got to keep putting effort into it and you have to make sure that you actually enjoy streaming. You can't just do it for the money. This has to be something you enjoy. You can't let yourself get burned out. So, I guess another thing is don't stream every day because you'll definitely get burnt out. Have a set schedule and you'll get in the routine of, "Oh, I got to stream today." And it'll be easier for you to keep that work life balance in check for sure. I'm having a hard
Absolutely.
time with that, but yeah.
I mean, summertime, like, throw this out there, especially for, like, anyone that's viewing this podcast, because a lot of it's the podcasts I've made were in the colder months. It's summer now. And don't ever get discouraged by your viewership. Everyone's out, they're enjoying the sun. Right now it's 100 degrees outside, and after this podcast, I'm going to jump in the pool. But I mean, like, summertime is going to be the hardest for everyone's growth. You're gonna see your viewership definitely drop. I mean, I know I've watched mine drop tremendously, but at the same time, you can't let it be discouraging.
Yeah. Summertime is definitely the worst, especially if you're trying to hit affiliate or partner because your average viewers drop.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get 4 or 5 people watching at a time. Now I'm down to 1. And it's definitely discouraging, but you just got to keep at it. That's all you
Mm-hmm.
can do.
Summer's it's a hard time to stream. It really is. And then like not only for just people coming to watch your channel, but you actually wanting to sit down and stream. There's
Yeah.
all this stuff going on outside. Like, I mean, my schedule is 8:30 to late. So, I mean, it's a kind of like a decent workaround, but at the same time, like, there'll be days I'll be outside and I'm like, I don't want to go in right now. But
Yeah.
I know that I have people waiting. So, like, definitely, like, discipline is another huge thing.
Yeah. Gotta have that discipline.
I'm still working
It's
on
crazy.
it.
Yeah. I think aren't we all? Aren't we all?
I think that's
For sure.
every streamer. They're still working on discipline. I give streamers props that are Monday through Friday, 8 to noon, every single day. They're there. I can't do that. There's just no way that it's possible because I guess I'd like to say I like to live on the wild side.
You like to be unpredictable. Don't let them
Yeah.
guess your next move.
I mean, usually I'll post in Discord like, hey, no stream tonight. Like, I'm hanging out with the family, or, the kids want to do something. Because,
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like, family's got to come first before streaming.
Yeah. You
Because,
gotta keep your family.
yeah, like, in the end, like, that's only going to take a strain on your mental health. Like, I mean, I know for a while there when I first started streaming and, like, actually putting forth the effort, I started doing it every single day. Like you'd said, don't do that. Um, so I felt that one for sure.
Yeah.
Cause
yeah.
yeah,
Don't stream every day. You'll regret
no,
it.
yeah. I was so burnt out and like basically like almost hurt my own mental health because I wasn't spending time with my family. I felt unwanted. There's so much that like fell into my lap. Me personally, I think a 3 to 4 day schedule, some days in between where you're not streaming is a really good system.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, every day that could hurt.
Yeah, definitely don't. That's how you burn yourself out real quick, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to stream anymore. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Then you waste all that time and all that effort, and it's just not worth it. So, but when you're first starting out, I recommend don't have a schedule. Just stream whenever you feel that inspiration strike or whenever you can. Just don't not every day.
Yeah.
And then once you hit affiliate or once you hit partner, whichever, then get a set schedule, and that way people can be like, oh yeah, this guy streams on this day at this time. Go check him out when you get the chance.
Mm-hmm.
Other
Yeah.
than it being like, oh, we don't know when he streams. He just kind of does it whenever.
It's really hard to catch people's streams. Like, I know a couple people that stream whenever they like, which is fine. I mean, that's like what your brand is. But it's like sometimes I'll hop into stream and they're about to end. And I'm like, oh, wait, what? Usually, you stream this time to this time. Well, now you're streaming this time to this time. Like, what?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, definitely consistency is a big thing.
Yep. You gotta stay consistent or else there's no point.
Mm-hmm. So, should we wrap this up so I can go jump in the pool?
Oh, I get to sit in my room all day, so yeah.
Oh, are you starting your stream?
I actually already streamed earlier today. But
Oh, got you.
My internet cut out, so like it ended like really abruptly, and I was kind of upset about that.
Oh no.
Yeah. But
Um.
real quick, just another closing point is that the discipline thing. Back to that, it's hard sometimes because like you're playing a game, and then even when you're not streaming, you want to play that game, but you can't because you want your viewers to be, to stay. What's the word I'm looking for? You want them to
Up
stay
to date.
engaged, so you don't want them to miss anything, and it just you get that urge to play that game. Like I really want to play it, I really want to play it, but I can't because my viewers will miss what I gotta see. It's a whole big thing too, so you really got to
Mm-hmm.
watch it.
Yeah. So like, I play a lot of games where you don't need to follow, like line by line. A lot of it's like BR games. Like I like a
Yeah.
lot of FPS, I should say.
Yeah, I'm more of a story kind of guy.
I see. Like now that would be hard. You'd almost have to
Yeah.
find like another game that you could play on the side that'll keep you intrigued off of stream. Because I definitely think that you should absolutely play video games off stream too. Because obviously you started streaming because you want to, engage and meet more people, build a community. But on top of it, you can't stray away from what you actually do love.
Yeah.
Like
Because then it just becomes work, and then you don't want to do it
right,
anymore.
right. You want it to still be an enjoyment. I'm actually really guilty. I play video games more than I do on stream.
That's fair.
Like I'll get off like stream and I'll stay on for another 3-4 hours playing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be cutting some stuff out here, but if you just want to DM me any links do you want me to post in the description, I'll do that for you.
Yes. Yeah, let me do that really quick then. So I got my YouTube and I got my Twitch.
And then I'll just obviously cut this section out.
Yeah.
Because I'll edit all of this tomorrow and it should be posted about 4.
Awesome. Okay, here's my Twitch.
Yeah, I was going to do it all today, but then I was like, it's 100 degrees out, hot, miserable.
Yeah, that's fair. It's only like 75, 80 over here, so I'm not too bothered. Here's my YouTube, and then I'm also, if you don't mind, I'm gonna give you my Discord link too.
Yep. Give me whatever links that you'd like to get put out there. I'm not saying you're gonna get like 1,000 views on the video.
I'll take what I can get.
Especially like with like when I took that whole month off because I ended up having my dad die and then my stepsister died and we had to go.
Yeah, I heard about that. I was gonna ask how you're holding up about that.
Oh yeah, we're good. Well,
Okay,
and then like so
good.
it was crazy because like my dad died. Then we needed to drive across the country for a wedding. Came home, and then stepsister died. I was like, oh, what is happening?
There's
like,
just
so
life is crazy.
Yeah, like I had to take a step back from the podcast, because I didn't really have time. But
yeah, family takes priority.
Yeah, and it sucks because like I was just starting to build the YouTube. So I mean, I was only at 17 subscribers right now. But
that's better than me. I got 5.
Hey, you know what? Hopefully this brings more. I'll even like send you the link. It'll be posted tomorrow in the Discord. You can take it, post it wherever you want, because this is your podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can share it wherever you please. I know Senpai, the last person that I did a podcast with, I think he got a lot of views. He must have shared it a lot.
Guess I gotta take a page from his book then.
Yeah, I think he posted it on Twitter and stuff.
That's good. I'll have to copy him then.
All right, well, we'll do this closing. All right, so that is the end of this podcast. All of our links will be posted in the description below. Be sure to go drop some follows, like this video, subscribe if you want to be in the podcast, or even just be up to date. Thank you guys for watching.
Keep it fresh.